Wow, guys. Wow. The amount of bullshit in that Kabaneri finale was plentiful. Plentiful. Oh my goodness. That finale. Oh, let's go down the list. Okay, let's go down the list, because I got a list. I got a list. Not gonna lie, seeing Ikoma and Koutetsujou fighting was pretty cool. I enjoyed that scene so much. It's great to see them finally truly get along and kicking some zombie ass. That's pretty much the only plus to this episode. Well, that and giving me beautiful shots of Ayame's body, just thank you. Anyway, Ikoma. What was that with the train? You saw what he did? He got stabbed and everything. I expected him to survive all those stab wounds. Expected that. But a train was coming at him. He sticks his hand out. Boom. Uses his inner powers. And bam, train flips over. Explodes. Move on to the next. I'm like, what? Just, why? We didn't need that. We didn't need that. He was so cool already just by hand-to-hand combat with the gun. But the fact that now he was given superpowers, I mean, I know. He was injected. He injected himself with that serum, just like what happened to, what's her face? Hibatori, the chick from a couple episodes back. And, you know, she shot out that laser beam and stuff. But it's like, don't bring that back. Oh man, that was such cringe. It's like, hey, how can we make this look more badass? I know, lasers, more explosions, train flips. Oh my gosh, we should do that, guys. Let's do it. Like, honestly, this episode, it's like they were saying, how badass can we be? But they failed. They failed so bad. Next, we find out that Biba was a Kabaneri, and I had a feeling. I'm not gonna lie, I had a feeling he was a Kabaneri. But then the thing is that Biba and Ikoma, they were fighting. Okay, expected that. I wanted Biba to die. And Ikoma, he was about to kill Biba. This thing, I don't know what happened. Ikoma felt some sort of special connection, I guess. I don't know, with the power of friendship, he suddenly stopped, turned around, gave Biba a great opening to kill him. Ikoma just stopped for 20 seconds, turned around, felt this weird connection with Mume. Mume suddenly has her senses back, even though she's totally trapped in that black smoke thing. Releases the stone from the little stone that Ikoma's little sister had, and drops it so that Ikoma can get it. And then with the power of friendship, or I'll be honest, Ikoma and Mume's relationship seems more like a little sister complex. So with the power of Siscom, Ikoma was able to snap out of it, turn around, and kick Biba's ass. So just like, what? Why? How? That doesn't make any sense. I'm just so upset. I'm really upset. And Mume is saved. Okay. And she's totally fine. No repercussions with her. Ikoma, however, he seems to be unconscious, but because he's the main character, we know he's not gonna die. But the thing is that, how come he's alright? How come just because with a couple of shakes, Mume was able to wake up Ikoma? Then we find out, oh, white blood. And it's like, wait a minute, how did Ikoma get this white blood in the first place? Who was the only other person that had the white blood? Biba. Biba will never, ever, ever make sense. Ever. Why did he do that? Why? He wanted to kill Ikoma, but ended up saving him in the end? Why? just why? I don't understand the amount of bullshit that was in this finale. I'm supposed to accept this? Just accept it, and then they all ride off into the sunset. Just accept that? Oh my gosh, this was stupid. If you clicked on this review rant, this is really a rant. If you clicked on this rant wondering whether or not you should start Kabaneri, I take it back. This isn't better than Attack on Titan. What makes Attack on Titan better is that even though I still find Ikoma as a better character than Eren, what made Attack on Titan better was that it still had the survival theme. It truly was a survival anime, and it was well paced. I'm not gonna lie, Attack on Titan was very well paced. And even though we had a couple of, dislikable people along the way, the humans were never really the true villains. The villains were still, no matter what, the Titans. And sure, towards the end, and yes, this is spoiler territory, if you haven't seen Attack on Titan by now, I don't know what's wrong with you, but even though at the end, Annie was a villain, she still wasn't the main villain of Attack on Titan. The common enemy, no matter what, was the Titans, and the goal was how to defeat the Titans. Even though we haven't gotten to that goal yet, still they treated their villains well. They made their true villain apparent, and they kept the other minor villains, well, as minor villains, only posing a small threat. Oh, and Owari no Seraph? I'd say Kabaneri and Owari no Seraph is, okay, Owari no Seraph just barely beats Kabaneri. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know where to put Owari no Seraph on this ranking. Tell me your ranking actually. The 3-wit studio anime that revolves around the apocalypse, we're being taken over by the species. So let me know what your ranking is. From Attack on Titan to Owari no Seraph to Kabaneri. Let me know. Attack on Titan, I think, is the best. Even though Kabaneri had a great start, it ultimately fell flat once Biba came in, and then bullshit ensued. Let me know what you thought about the overall series. I do not recommend Kabaneri, which is sad because those 4 episodes were really nice. They really were. Worst villain 2016 goes to Biba. And worst secondary cast too. They really didn't use the secondary characters unless it was necessary for the plot. We got introduced to quite a few secondary characters. Ayame being the most important secondary character, she actually did do quite a bit to help the anime along. But with characters like that one girl who always looks after the children, she's blonde and stuff, she was ultimately useless. That other guy, that I never learned his name, but he's the Jean of the anime who was a jerk. They literally only used him exactly when the plot required it. He didn't really help anything move along. He's such a thrown-in character. It's like, why? And the opening too, it made you think that this really was going to be a survival anime. Let's kick some zombie ass anime. Because you see that one scene at the end of the opening where all the characters, they got their weapons, they're back to back, ready to fight. That's not all that happens. Not once. All those characters fighting together like that? No. Not once. Very disappointed in Kabaneri. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Don't recommend it. Don't watch it. It ultimately crashed and burned, and I'm very disappointed. Alright, I think that's enough for this rant. So let me know what you guys thought of Kabaneri as a whole. Catch me tomorrow as we start off the summer season with Berserk 2016, Real Life, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.